The World Cup is coming this year. Yay. And you know what nation definitely won't be there? I know what you're thinking. Italy, right? And you're not exactly wrong for saying that, but we're going deeper here. I mean, who am I kidding? You already know the answer because you clicked on this video. But no, it's not San Marino. Again, close. My boy Maxwell has San Marino covered already for you for your YouTube content needs. But there's another nation state within Italy, that being the Holy See, the big baddie Vatican City. And they do have a national football team, and they were even coached by Giovanni Trapattoni at one point, huh? Hey fella, welcome to Rabona TV for what will be an incredibly blessed video. No doubt, where we look at the football that is happening at Big Papa's house, the biggest mortal papa for those of a Christian persuasion, Vatican City, one of just a few sovereign states that are actually not a part of FIFA or UEFA for that matter, though they came close. All right, let's go back a bit in time. On April 21st, back in 753 BC, Romulus and his bro Remus, who were literally raised by a wolf. Oh, have I gone back too far? Jesus of Nazareth, also known as Jesus Christ, was born under some mysterious conditions in... still a little too far back, isn't it? The area that is now the Vatican City in Rome, Italy, saw the first cornerstone of St. Peter's Basilica laid in 1506. However, Vatican City continued to remain a part of what is modern-day Italy for some time, seeing the city grow as the Italian Renaissance began to reach Rome. Of course, an early version of football, Florentine football or Calcio Fiorentino, would have been played in Vatican City during the 16th century. That bears little resemblance to modern football, and Calcio Fiorentino is still played in Italy to this day. Pretty gruesome game, but modern football would arrive in the 20th century, the real deal. It wasn't until 1929 when Short Dictator Italian edition, that's the Mussolini DLC of Short Dictator by the way, Il Duce Benito signed the Lateran Treaty with the Pope at the time, Pope Pius XI. And this treaty declared that Vatican City was an independent state and in turn, the world's smallest country. Congrats. Speaking of the world and countries, at the close of the conflicts of the Second World War, we saw our first bit of football in the Vatican City. Hell yeah. Not the national team, not yet at least. In 1947, Vatican City hosted a 4-team tournament in which the competitors were all made up of Vatican City employees. Despite plenty of talk of morality, losing with dignity, etc., the tournament still had to be suspended when members of separate teams began fighting on the pitch. There is no amount of Hail Marys you can do to rid someone of their competitive edge, I guess. Football in the Vatican City has a similar structure to that of any country. There's league play, and then their quote-unquote national team football. You can even buy their 50th anniversary kit if you so choose, which has gotta be one of the more random kits you could buy. Anyway, as far as league play goes, that was also founded back in 1972 when the Vatican City Football Association at large was founded. And as things stand currently, there are 8 different squads within the Vatican City Football League. And looking at their names here, you can see how they are divided. Musei Vaticani, no doubt employees of the Vatican Museum, FC Guardia, the Swiss Guards, Archivio Segreto, the Secret Archives Team, etc., etc. Again, the makeup of the Vatican City Football League is one you would recognize. There's the league, then there is their domestic cup, as we'll call it. The winners of the league and the cup face off against each other in the Super Cup. Classic setup. There's one other cup when it comes to the Vatican City, the Clericus Cup, which is organized by the Vatican City Football Association, which sees priests and seminaries from around the world and from the various colleges that train priests, sisters, lay people, etc., competing in a mini sort of World Cup type of tournament. The record winners of the Clericus Cup are Collegio Urbano, who have won it 4 times and are made up of African seminaries. They've at times been called the Lions of Africa. They've been dominant lately, actually, as they have won the title 4 times from 2014 to 2019, finishing runners-up twice in that span as well, so they're a top side. Yes, all of this is real, and all of this is serious. So that's the league play out of the way, but there's of course the national team as well, which was sort of the whole point of this video. So while the Vatican City Football Association was established in 1972, the national team only began to take shape in the early 2000s. In 2002, they played what was considered to be the national team's first match against a fellow microstate, Monaco. The Principality versus the city-state, the first of a few matches between the two, and that match back in 2002 ended in a draw. However, the following 3 meetings from 2011 to 2014 all saw Vatican City lose to Monaco. Vatican City player and organizer Aurelio Balbis said that their match in 2011 was full of passion, stating, quote, "We had 2 red cards, 2 penalties, and 1 expulsion from the touchline. It was like the final of the Champions League." I mean, there have been plenty of Champions League finals that haven't had that much excitement. But anyway, beyond Monaco, they have also played against San Marino in 1994. Well, against San Marino's reserve team, so you can guess as to the quality of that side. And there is some heated debate in the football world as to whether this friendly ended 0-0 or 1-1. This is one of the most heated debates you can get into. This trumps the 1964 goal that never crossed the line for England in the World Cup final. I mean, it trumps everything in world football. Vatican City versus San Marino reserves? Divisive. They also played a friendly in 2010. Who did they play against? A collection of Italian police, but not just any police. Financial police. And the Vatican City national team was coached by none other than the iconic Italian manager that is Giovanni Trapattoni for this friendly, the man who can proudly say he has won 10 league titles in 4 countries and UEFA Cup, and he can rest easy in retirement knowing his top achievement of all of them, really, was beating those damn financial police, tax evaders, money launderers, etc. Rejoice. Vatican City beat those financial police for you. In fact, speaking of financial controversies, this segues nicely into why exactly the Vatican City national football team isn't registered to compete with either UEFA or FIFA. UEFA actually said, look, you guys could sort this out easy, just provide the papers and your application will be underway. You can join UEFA, but they decided against it. So the reasons as to why they aren't is kind of twofold. One, I mean, they've struggled to put teams together for competitions in the past, namely the 2010 Viva World Cup, in which they failed to put together a 15-man squad. Why? I mean, remember, all the people who compete in the Vatican City Football League are all employed within the city, making it especially difficult for them to get some time off at the same time. I mean, the Swiss Guards in particular, it's not a fantastic idea to take all of the Pope's boys, his bodyguards, away from duty at the same time. So that's the first obstacle, which in the end kind of makes the next one a bit of a moot point, but anyway. The other is that they simply have no interest in competing at that level. Back in 2014, then president of the Vatican Soccer Federation told the New York Times that the entire point of their initiative is to promote fair play and Catholic values, and that, quote, "The important message of friendship and love is demonstrated by the sport, the real sport, not the business that is in football these days. It is not just important to win a match, it is how you carry yourself. I prefer to be amateur. To join FIFA at that level will be like a business." Hey man, what are you talking about? Don't you know that FIFA is a squeaky clean charity that has never been associated with any sort of bad actors or controversies of any kind? Why wouldn't the Vatican want to be associated with them? Anyway, the Vatican City Football Championship hasn't played out for a while thanks to COVID, but it still remains one of the more unique leagues and national teams in the world. So I figured, why not take a step away from our regular programming and learn a bit about something we're not used to hearing about. These videos, for me, are always so fun to make, and they always absolutely bomb. But I don't care. I appreciate all of you who have watched this through. If you enjoyed it, drop a like for me, or a dislike if you didn't. Other than that, be well, and as they say in the church, peace be with you, dog.